Hello, Misfit world. Drew here with Mr. Intensity, the new 19th fittest man on earth, Travis Williams. How you doing, Travis?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to get you started with some quick questions. Get you rolling a little bit. What was the most fun event that you did?
The most fun event, probably DT.
Yeah?
Yeah, that one was really fun, trying to keep up with Sam the whole time.
That was I don't even have words for it, obviously. It's
He
crazy.
wouldn't for the bar. I just kept hearing the announcer saying, Sam, come on, he keeps going unbroken and taking the lead.
It was very smooth. It was that he knew he was good at it, so he didn't need to rush kind of a thing. It was very impressive. Least favorite event, least fun event.
Least fun event, definitely the climbing snail.
The climbing snail. Okay. Why? Snail?
My heart rate just got out of control in the first round, and it would not come back down. Like, I'm not usually someone to walk on runs, and I just had to walk because I didn't warm up properly. I didn't prepare myself properly that morning. Okay.
So you would say that was definitely more physical than mental on the not running side?
100% physical. I couldn't. That was it.
It's always hard. It's always hard for us as coaches up in the stands. You don't really know what's going on. You know, is he just pissed off? Is, the rope climbs bothering, just whatever it is. So it's always good to hear after how everything is. Me personally, I need to know about the trail run. You got to tell me about the trail run. What was that like?
Man, so I'm from Houston, Texas, where it's flat for about 3 hours northeast or south or west of me. So I really don't know what running hills is like. So I mean, it was just your quads would blow up halfway up the hill, and you'd still have 100 meters to go straight up.
Right.
There was points where, it just got to the point where I was like, it's not even worth trying to push up the hill because I'm going to run 10 feet and be out of breath. So,
did it get bottlenecked at all for you, or was it more just the hills?
No, I was just going uphill every time. People went much faster than I did. I would catch some people on the downhill because I wouldn't slow down on the downhill at all. I just sprinted down, and then my heart rate was going when I got to the bottom too. So.
Yep. And what was it like to go from that straight into the deadlift?
Wasn't as bad as you would think it would be. I think maybe it would have been worse for some of the people that went faster, but they had time to rest anyway. So I think getting to pull a rep every 30 seconds and starting at a pretty lightweight, I definitely got a good warm up.
And is that a PR tie?
Yeah, I tied my PR.
That's awesome. Must have been happy with that.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Unfortunately,
you moved on the live feed. You moved out of the frame, so we didn't know what was going on. We got to watch you pull. I think it was 545 and 555. Then we didn't get to see it, so we didn't know. We didn't know what was going on after that.
Unfortunate that there's no footage of it ever happening. I think I pulled 555 at the same time Sam Dancer pulled his 615.
That's right. They were scanning back over to him. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so big picture, how do you feel about the games, about the whole weekend?
Really happy with it. I think my volume wasn't quite where it needed to be Saturday and Sunday. I just didn't have it left in the tank. I couldn't really push as hard as I wanted to on a few events, and I think it's my own fault because we had the volume training going, and I felt what I felt in my training in the games going into Saturday and Sunday, and I was like, you idiot, you should have just kind of pushed through it and worked through it. I know my time.
So you scaled the volume back a little bit leading into the games, and you feel like that was kind of a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I was upset with my times with the volume, and then once I scaled the volume back, my times came back on some workouts, and I felt a lot better about it and confident going in. But then once Saturday came around, I couldn't push it.
I mean, in the big picture, that's kind of how life works, right? I mean, you learn you learn how that is, because it's so much different throughout the year to go through kind of the standard. You follow the blog, and you might have some extra pieces here or there, but it's very manageable volume. And then you have to get yourself ready for just an absolutely ridiculous amount of volume, and it's tough to know exactly how far you're supposed to push yourself. You don't want to get injured going into the games. You don't want your psyche to be messed up because your times are off. So you live and you learn, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only thing I think next year, I just got to make sure I'm doing 3 Metcons every day. For going into the games, obviously, not throughout the year. Right.
Yeah, don't say that. We already have a big enough problem with people who are trying to get through the open doing too much volume.
That's the biggest thing you can do. You need 1 workout a day, 2 for regionals, and 3 for the games.
Yeah. So everyone's freaking out on Instagram. Travis Williams yesterday, right back at it, getting after the handstand push-up Metcon. Take me through why you're doing that instead of either just doing whatever or taking a longer break.
I haven't taken a longer break than like 5 days in my entire CrossFit career. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I don't understand why it's all of a sudden necessary to take a month off, really. I know the games is kind of nasty, but I think 7 days off is plenty. I'm ready to get back at it next year. I'm doing grid. There's a lot of competitions coming up in this off season. A lot of opportunities to make some money. If I do take some downtime, I think I would do it in November, beginning of December, when there's nothing going on.
Okay. I think it's a testament to the fact that you actually enjoy CrossFit, because I would say that it's less physical for a lot of people and more mental, that they want to take some time off. It's just like, I just did that for another year, and you don't have that mentality. So as long as you don't beat the shit out of yourself, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I hate not being in the gym too. I really enjoy what it doesn't beat me up. I don't get to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm done with that. If I took a month off, I'd probably be because I'm probably going to retire. I'm not doing it anymore.
Gotcha. So this year to last year, this is obviously your second trip to the CrossFit Games. What was the biggest difference this year?
The difference this year is I was definitely a lot more prepared to take care of myself throughout the competition. I did a really good job of that. I trained my strengths this year to make sure I would finish in the top 10 of the events that I was best at, and I did that exactly like I wanted to. Maybe I could have paid a little bit more attention to my weaknesses, because I literally finished in the top 10 or outside of the 30 and everything. I had one 27th place finish. No, that was it. The only finish I like at all.
So you're saying that you were either on one side or the other, basically.
Yeah.
And with the game scoring, that's not necessarily the worst thing. Obviously, you would prefer to be more in the middle, but that, coming in the low 20s compared to the low 30s, the points just aren't there for it to be quite as worth it. So you kind of have to stay up in that top 15. Obviously, easier said than done, but stay up in that top 15 range to be able to collect points going through the whole time.
Exactly. So that'll be the goal next year. Keep the same amount of top 10s and turn the 30ths into 20ths and 18ths, and that would bump me up probably almost 100 points, if not 150 points. So
what do you have to work on between now and then to get to that point, other than volume?
Man, it's really simple. I need to run. I need to get my mile time down to about 5.5, I think. To be competitive in the running events, obviously, and then I need to swim. Those are 2 really easy things to fix, I think. And climb rope.
Yeah.
That's really the only things I really feel like I could get a ton better at. So.
And obviously, when you train, if there's an energy system that's missing, you just have to train. It's not a specific movement. It's just, making sure that you either pace better or whatever. So So I'm sure there's a few people. I don't remember. Someone said that you're Mr. Irresponsible Pace. I'm sure there's a few people that want to know, do you feel like you paced properly at the CrossFit Games this year for your skill set?
There wasn't any events that really allowed me to do that, I don't think. Maybe the very first one, the running, I came out a little bit fast on the run and ran up the first hill with everybody, and that would have been a bad idea. But other than that, I mean, I did all singles on the clean ladder, which isn't me. DT, I know how to do DT, and I know how to pace a barbell workout really well, but
yeah, but I think people watching would be like, what's Travis doing? Like you definitely paced DT. Like, it was a very smart way to attack it so that you could actually push.
Yeah. There really wasn't anything I got to go crazy on, and just going broken. The one event that I kind of, the really fast event was just singles on the D balls, which is stupid. They wouldn't let me touch and go it. I could have touch and go at all 20 unbroken, but they said no, I couldn't do it.
Oh, because you got to get your hands. It's easier if you can keep your hands under it.
Yeah, because you can keep my hands under it and touch the ground, and it's not heavy enough to do that, But it was hard to scoop under it and pick it up and do singles the whole way.
Yeah. So, is that something you'll work on in the off season? The kind of the singles and the D-ball?
I actually ordered a D-ball already.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. There was a few people out there, people like you, a couple other people that are known as, strong guys that you could tell had enough of the ball flopping around in their hands, kind of thing. So it's definitely skills aside from the stones.
Oh, absolutely. My ball had like a crater on it too, and every time I drop it, it would be flat, and I couldn't get under it at all. So it was really hard. And I've always hated D-balls, and mostly because I don't have one, and I just use Atlas stones. But now that I've done that, I know I need to get and use it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the D-balls, the progression on it's super fast. We didn't have them, we got them, no one could do it, and now they basically just chuck them over their shoulder, kind of a thing. So if you get one and play around with it, it won't take you long to get used to it. It's just weird. It's a kind of an odd object. So 100% Travis Williams is going individual in 2017.
Yeah. We've already done.
And was it the 19th place finish that kind of pushed you towards that, you think, or your experience overall?
The finish, I mean, I got up to 12th overall and didn't know a lot of the events coming up, so I was like, oh my god, I could get in the top 10 if the events kind of swing my way. They didn't, obviously, but the potential's there for me to go kind of hit a home run next year. So I think within the next 2 years, I could definitely easily be looking at the podium if I can get some of these things figured out. And
that's
another
awesome.
Eating well too. Like, I dropped my body weight from like 210 to 202 between the open and the game. So if I could drop that down to 195 or less, the gymnastics that I'm not good at might come around.
Yep. So when you're doing your nutrition work, is it all based on weight loss right now, or is it based on weight loss and performance? Like, how do you balance those two things?
Weight loss and performance, totally. So I eat a shitload of carbs and not very many fat, and I run my body on carbs basically.
Yep.
So, and what does
a typical day look like? A lot of people out there want to know what the daily routines are like for you guys.
Lately, I just eat oatmeal, kind of mixed with protein powder in the morning, and coffee and protein powder. Sometimes I'll have eggs too. My fat number is really low right now, so I kind of cut out the eggs so I can put more fat for lunch and dinner.
Yep.
Nicer. Lunch is usually like chicken and rice or pork chop and rice. Every now and then, like some potato chips. You get a little bit of fat, or a candy bar or something. And then dinners, kind of sweet potato fries, chicken or pork chop, or maybe a steak if I haven't eaten very much fat. So,
gotcha.
There's a lot of food.
So you mentioned competitions coming up. People are looking for you somewhere. Where are you going to be?
I will be doing Grid in August.
What team are you on?
Miami Surge. After that, Team Series. Me, Alexis, Jordan, and Carrie are going to be on the same team again. Then Pensacola Beach Brawl, September 16th through 18th. The following week, I think we're doing Cascade Classic. Me, Alexis, Mackenzie Riley, and we don't have a guy yet. We don't know what other guy we're going to do. I asked Sam Quant since he lives in Seattle already. And then I think there's a few others in October that have a decent little payout that I might show up through last minute.
So that's a big factor for you, right? That's basically how you make your money throughout the year is competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like it's easy money stacking up with a really good team and showing up and taking home $4,000, $1,000 each. So it's always a lot of fun to do that too.
You say it's easy. Wouldn't be easy for me.
That's true.
Yeah. Easier said than done. Anything else? Anything else about the games that you want to talk about? Sounds like you enjoyed yourself this year.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun this year than it was last year for sure. There's a lot more highs this year. So yeah, I mean, I just can't wait to get back there next year.
And you feel like you definitely took away stuff on both the training side and the mental side to get you ready for next year?
100%, yeah.
That's always exciting to know. Very cool. All right, guys. Travis Williams, 19th fittest man on earth. At Misfit Athletics on Instagram. That's us, not him. YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Like us on Facebook. Travis, what's your Instagram handle?
Travis MF Williams.
Travis MF Williams. Oh, I knew that. I used to have the one with all the numbers. I could never remember.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time. Travis Williams.
All right, guys. Peace.